An American diplomat in India said something horrible about Indians and their skin color.
Indeed.
Yes. Okay. So this is the U.S. Vice Consul Maureen Chao, and she told students during a recent trip to India, "I was on a 24-hour train trip from Delhi to the eastern Indian state of Orissa, but after 72 hours, the train still did not reach its destination, and my skin became dirty and dark like the Tamilians."
People from Tamil were not pleased with those comments, right? Come on, man. Look, two layers here. One, does she have intent or did she screw up, right? Because if she came in there thinking like, then I look like dirty people like you. Okay, gonzo, right? Immediately, OVAH, OVA, right? Now, if she made a mistake, but then I would look at it the second layer, and if I'm her boss, I'd sit her down, and I'm like, you get that their skin color is actually a different shade, and it doesn't mean they're dirty, right? Like, I would have that conversation with her, and I would allow for redemption, right? But you know, you're not at another job. You're supposed to be a diplomat.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
I don't know if you get a second shot after you make comments this stupid.
Look,
if you're a diplomat.
Maybe I'm too pessimistic and maybe I'm being too judgmental. Okay, but I don't think that this was just a screw up. You can't refer to someone's skin color as dirty and say it was just a screw up, you know, especially if you are an American diplomat. Okay, you know that that's wrong. You have to be a complete moron to realize that or to think that that's not wrong.
Right, or if you think, hey, you know what, they're generally dirty people, you shouldn't be a diplomat for us in that country, right? And second of all, you gotta understand the difference between, hey, somebody growing up in a middle class or whatever class background here in the United States, and someone who lives in poverty. Not, of course, not all of those folks do. If you make that assumption that they all do, that's already horrible. Second of all, if some people in that area do live in poverty, of course some do, no question about it, and they can't happen to take a bath every day, you can't judge them for it. So this is wrong in any interpretation that you take. I guess I'm too soft. I would want to sit down and talk to her about what in God's green earth were you thinking? And what did you mean by that? And give her a chance to explain, because I'm afraid that she might not even realize that she has those feelings towards people of that region or of that country, and that obviously that's an enormous issue if she's going to continue to work there. But for a diplomat, that's as badly as you could screw up your job.
Now, the consulate apologized for her, and they said the following. Ms. Chao made an inappropriate comment. Ms. Chao deeply regrets if her unfortunate remarks offended anyone, as that was certainly not her intent. So she's denying that it was her intent, and if it offended anyone, she would like to apologize.
Yeah, of course it offended people. Of course it did. It's like a huge issue now in that area of India. And, you know, the newspapers are talking about the leaders are outraged. Yeah, it would offend you too. It would offend everybody.